Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Coming Up Milhouse, where we have Vera, who's likely to escape any second now. She watched the episode with us. Today we watched Season 5, Episode 17, Bart Gets an Elephant.
It's another one of those episodes where the title says it all. Bart gets Stampy the elephant. I don't know if you can see it very good on this poster, but right there he is. So the whole thing comes about when Bart is being made to clean the house along with Lisa and Homer because Marge isn't happy that they are being lazy and they trash the place.
It was a mess.
So she puts her foot down, makes him clean. So the whole time Bart's cleaning, he's listening to the radio. But KBBL has a promotion, and if you're the one that calls in and you say KBBL is going to give me something stupid, they'll either give you $10,000 or something stupid. But what do you think Bart goes with?
Well, gee. Here's Stampy.
That's right. So the stupid consolation prize that you're really not supposed to get is in full-grown African elephant or 10 grand. Of course, Bart goes for the elephant, and he is named Stampy because he stamps on a lot of things. And so the Simpsons have to figure out a way to keep this elephant in their house and pay for it to eat, and as you can imagine, crazy stuff happens. So why don't we kick it off with our lines, and we will get into that. What is your line number one?
Are you mad, woman? You never know when an old calendar will come in handy. Sure, it's not 1985 now, but you never know what tomorrow will bring. And that was Homer, who picked the basement to clean when they were cleaning for the day, and they had boxes of old TV guides and old calendars. So that's my first line.
And he tried to escape into fond memories of Gomer Pyle, but Marge put a stop to that.
Shazam.
Oh, that was great. Alright, so my first line goes to when Bart picks the elephant over the money, and Homer says, "Bart, with $10,000 we'll be millionaires. We can buy lots of important things like love." And then Marge chimes in, "Or double pane glass windows."
Yes. Oh.
Didn't work.
No, he went for the elephant. Oh boy. Line number 2. You'd be grumpy too if you were pulled from your natural habitat and gawked at by slack-jawed yokels. That was Lisa. And they were trying to raise money to keep Stampy at their house, and to see the elephant was $1 and to ride the elephant was $2, and they made $58 or something like that with the elephant business, which was not anywhere near enough to feed Stampy for the day. But Lisa said that, and Cletus was in that scene as well. So
he's like, "Hey, look at the spiky hair girl."
It's pretty great. What about you?
Alright, so I'm going to go back to the station, and there's the station manager lady, and she's kind of getting on the disc jockeys for causing this situation. And she says, "Look, our ratings are down, and the station is being filled with letter bombs." And it cuts over to this big pile of mail, and it just keeps bursting into flames in different spots. Just goofy, but I thought it was
silly. It's alright. In that same scene, I wrote, "Don't praise the machine," because they were going to be replaced by the DJ 3000. So
yeah, the DJ 3000's like, "Oh, how about these politicians today?" And then the DJ's like, "Wow, this guy really knows his stuff," or something like that. And it's just recording stupid things.
That's silly. What's your favorite scene?
So my favorite scene goes to the ivory dealer named Blackheart. So, of course, Stampy is causing all this problems. He's causing all this financial burden. They can't afford to feed him. He's eating all of Moe's peanuts. There's just lots of that going on. So Homer decides to sell him to a guy named Blackheart. So probably a decent fellow, right?
Right.
Now it turns out that he's an ivory hunter, but Lisa's on to him right away because he doesn't come out and say that's why he wants to buy Stampy. He's just, "Yeah, here's a check. The check's made out of ivory." And Lisa's like, "Are you an ivory hunter?" And he says something like, "Well, I've done some whale hunting, seal clubbing. I was the president of the Fox Network, and yeah, I've dabbled in some ivory dealing."
And his hat's made of ivory, his boots are made of ivory, and
Yeah.
the checks.
And Homer's
so
like,
silly.
"Oh, hey,
It's
yeah, you
funny.
know." And then he says something silly like, "You know, the person that doesn't have a lot of ivory is the one that's more likely to want Stampy's
Yes.
ivory or something."
Right, not.
So the whole ivory dealer
Homer.
thing cracked me up. So what do you got for
Homer? Well, it's. I really appreciate the cleaning of the house scene, and Homer's in the basement, and he picks up a bottle of Mr. Cleaner, and he reads the back, and it says to use in a well-ventilated area, which the basement is not. And so he pours it on the floor to clean, and then all of the cleaning products come to life because he's having a moment where he's not in a well-ventilated area, and he's being attacked by the cleaning products. And that's a really good one. And I also love them trying to find Stampy and driving through town, and there's all this chaos and destruction, and they're blaming the elephant, and then there's really a tornado that has Patty and Selma up. It's like the Wizard of Oz. So I just had to love that too.
that
so.
was good too, both of those.
So you got 2 scenes from me this week.
two scenes for the price of one, I like.
Yeah. Great times.
All right, takes us to winners and losers. How do you want
Who's
to do
your
it?
loser this week?
Let's see. I kind of went back and forth. I had 2 written down, but I think I am going to go with Skinner. And that is because the KBBL guys are really trying to talk Bart out of getting the elephant because they don't have one and they weren't expecting this. So they were like, "We'll pay your principal $10,000 to pull his pants down and keep him down the entire year." And Skinner's like, "And I'll do it too." And I'm thinking, well, Skinner must be pretty desperate if he needs to.
For the rest of the year, he's willing
if he,
to not have pants.
yeah, if he's willing to do that for money, I'm thinking, he's probably in dire straits, so that's why I want him. What do you got?
Santa's Little Helper and Snowball 2 are my losers for this week because they were not getting the attention that they were craving, and they were doing all sorts of interesting tricks that we've never seen them do to try and get attention from their family. And they even learned how to talk and say, "I love you." And they did not get any praise or attention for that. So they were a little bit jealous of Stampy, or a lot of bit jealous of Stampy. And they're my losers this week.
Good. What about your winner?
My winner is Barney. Is that also your winner?
It is not my winner, but I love that part.
So they find Stampy. Well, Bart goes, he thinks he found Stampy, but it's actually a mammoth in the tar pits of Springfield. And then Stampy comes to find him, and the family comes and finds Bart and Stampy. And then Homer falls into the tar pit and ends up being Homer about it, and ends up deeper in the tar pit. And so Stampy reaches his trunk in to rescue Homer, but pulls Barney out first. So without this moment, Barney, who knows what would have happened to him. So he's my winner of this episode.
Good. He burned himself up 2 seconds
Right,
later
that
with a
could be a
cigarette,
loser, but
at least he didn't drown in the tar
Yeah.
pit.
Who's your winner this week?
I'm going with Mr. Burns because going back to that scene where they're giving rides for money, Stampy, he's on Stampy and he's like, "Hey, look at me." He's having the time of his life riding Stampy, but he says something like, "You remind me of the fat fellow that I used to ride on back to work," or something like that.
I know.
So I thought Burns was having fun.
He was having a blast
And he got a bargain because it only cost him $2 to do
to
that.
relive
Yeah.
a time of his life.
Yep. So silly, but I
Yep.
like it.
Anything else you want to mention in this episode?
No, it's a classic. It's one of the ones I remember from way back when that stands out. And Stampy shows up every now and then in the series, in the background kind of
He
thing.
does.
So Stampy is kind of a a legacy character
He
in my
is.
mind, so I like that.
And he's right here in the middle of this poster.
Yeah, they put him right in here.
So this was episode 17 of season 5, Bart Gets an Elephant. And feel free to watch it on Disney Plus, on Hulu, on probably on YouTube. Or if you have DVD, go for it. Watch this episode. Feel free to share your favorite scenes, your favorite lines, and don't forget to click on our little subscribe button down here that we just recently updated, and give us a subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.
And until the next time,
Jiminy
Jiminy Jillikers!